and then we'll get started. So let's get ourselves ready for a nice restorative session. So we've been away, I've been off for a couple of weeks because of my holiday. So maybe you've done some restorative work on your own, but it's nice to do it together in a group. So just get your blanket, fold it over, just make sure it's kind of well folded. Have a blanket to lay on as well, and because the weather's changing, maybe you haven't put your heating on. Make sure you've got something to keep yourself warm. So blanket, make sure you've got enough clothes on to make you feel comfortable and warm, because warmth is really, really important. If you're not warm in these poses, then the chances are you're not going to be able to relax. So just get yourself ready for your basic relaxation pose. So a bolster underneath your knees, some blocks underneath your feet, and then a blanket for underneath your head, just supporting your head and your shoulders. And then just allow yourself to just release into the floor. If there's a lot of light in your room, it's always good to cover your eyes. So use an eye pillow or just a little flannel or something just to cover your eyes over, just so that you can create some darkness. So the value of relaxation is a little kind of explored science, really. But one of the things about giving yourself the opportunity to relax is that it gives the body and the mind a chance to recuperate. When we hold the body in conditions of stress continually, it affects our immune system and it affects our emotional well-being. And so giving yourself this time, dedicating yourself to this hour of relaxation, helps to restore your energy, helps to quieten the mind, it helps to boost the immune system. So give yourself permission to be here. Give yourself permission to relax. Listen to the sound of your breath as it enters and as it exits. Let go of the muscles of the arms, unhooking the muscles of the arms and of the legs. Observe where the physical body makes contact with the floor. Just enjoy the sensations of release releasing into the floor, just giving yourself the permission to let go. Remember, this isn't a test of endurance. So if you find that you're uncomfortable or that you realize that an area of the body needs better support, then adjust. There's nothing to be gained from enduring discomfort. There's everything to be gained from finding comfort. Draw your attention to the way in which your body makes contact with the floor. Release into the floor. Observe where the equipment supports the body. Draw your attention into the soles of your feet. Become conscious of the feeling of the skin and the muscle and the bone and the sole of the foot. And consciously relax the sole of the feet. Draw your attention to the soles of the feet so that the skin tingles a little. And then consciously relax the soles of your feet. Just relaxing the soles of the feet. Draw your attention to the tops of the feet, the skin and the bone and the muscle. Draw your attention to the tops of your feet and consciously relax the skin and the muscle and the bone of the top of the foot. Draw your attention to the tops of the feet and allow the tops of the feet to relax. Draw your attention to your shins. Allow the shins to soften, the skin of the shins to soften, the shin muscles to soften, and allow the shins to completely release. Relaxing the shins and the calves. Draw your attention into your shins and relax the shins. Allow the fronts of the shins to sink into the bed of the calf muscle. Draw your attention into your kneecaps. Let the kneecaps relax into the bolster, and then draw your attention towards your thighs. Draw your attention into your thighs, to the skin and the muscle and the bone and the bone marrow. Draw your attention into your thighs and allow the fronts of the thighs to sink into the backs of the thighs, completely relaxing the thigh muscles. Spend a little time just observing how you can release the tension from your legs, using the out breath to intensify the action. Draw your attention into your abdominal region. Allow the abdominal muscles to relax. Allow the front of the body to sink into the back of the body. Allow the skeletal body to become heavy. Release the abdomen, release the chest, surrendering into the straight line of the floor. Draw your attention into your shoulders, and bit by bit allow the shoulders to soften. Allow the arms to become heavy on the floor by unhooking the muscles of the arms. Consciously release tension from your arms, unhooking the muscles in your arms. Allow the arms to become heavy on the floor by relaxing the muscles of the arms really consciously. Soften the muscles of your arms, allowing them to become heavy on the floor. Soften the upper arms and the forearms and the backs of the hands and the palms of the hands. Consciously soften your neck, releasing the muscles around the neck. Soften the skin around the crown of the head, around the forehead, as though you're smoothing clay from the center of the forehead out to the temples. Consciously soften the muscles of the face, completely relaxing surrendering into the straight line of the floor. Observing the pleasurable sensations of consciously releasing. Basking in the glow of release and the positive energy that that release brings. In a moment, we're going to bring ourselves out of this basic relaxation pose. So just gently wiggle your toes, wiggle your fingers, and then bend your knees. Bring your feet onto the bolster, have the knees together, your feet apart. If your eyes are covered, then just remove covering from your eyes, and then just gently roll onto your side, and then sit yourself up. Just sit yourself in cross legs for a moment, just sit and just observe your energy. Okay, so we're going to do a little side supported stretch. If you've got a oblong bolster, it's good for this. If you've got a circular bolster, it's probably a bit thick. So if you haven't got an oblong bolster, then get your blanket and then just fold it over again, so it's kind of a nice thick fold, and then that's going to go into your armpit chest area. So you come down onto the floor. You're going to have a block for your head. You might want one for your arm as well. Just come over onto your side and then lengthen from the hip up into the armpit. Bring the lift into the armpit chest. This shoulder needs to be down on the floor, and then just keep your knees bent, come onto your side. This arm that's on the floor is just in a little right angle shape, and then just let the top arm just rest over your ear. So you get this tremendous stretch along the upper facing ribs. Just spend a little time just paying attention to the breath. So as we progress into the practice, I'll speak less and less just to give you the opportunity to relax rather than to listen. Remember, if a pose is not comfortable, don't struggle through. Adjust your position so that it becomes comfortable and bearable. So this pose helps to loosen up stiff necks and shoulders. When you're ready, just gently bring that top arm back to the side of the body. Roll onto your front, push your elbow into the bolster, into the floor, and then sit yourself up. Just bring yourself into cross leg position. Just observe how your energy has changed. At this stage, perhaps one side feels slightly uneven with the other. And then come over onto the other side. So we're sitting on the other hip, again lengthening from the hip into the armpit, stretching yourself along your bolster or your blanket. Rest your head on the block, keep your knees bent gently, and then stretch the arm over your ear. And then bring the top arm back onto, just to rest on the upper ribs. Push your elbow into the floor and then come up into a seated position. Just sit yourself in, cross legs for a moment, and observe the energy that you are generating, and perhaps the greater sense of evenness on both sides of the trunk. And then get the bolster for underneath your knees and take your blanket and unfold it so that it's a long thin strip like this. And then we're going to just bring it along the floor and then fold it down the middle once, and then fold it in half, and then you're going to put that for your shoulders. So we're going to do the mountain brook. So this is going to be there for our shoulders. So you're just going to come down onto your back, the bolster underneath your knees, and then the folded blanket underneath your shoulder blades, and then just bring your arms over your head like this, just resting your arms along the floor. So the folded blanket is securely in the shoulder blade region. Your head rests on the floor. Just allow yourself to release into the floor, feeling the armpits opening up, feeling the openness of the shoulders from the blanket. So just a simple piece of equipment such as the blanket brings real benefits to the physical body. So as you stay and remain, just feel how the shoulders begin to gently open up. Bring your awareness to your spine. Feel its natural curves from your tailbone to the small of your back. And follow it up to the back of your heart. And continue to track it up to where your neck meets your head. Feel your breath softening your body the way currents of a river soften its banks. Picture yourself sitting on the soft banks of a gentle river winding through the forest. Observe how easily it flows over and around rocks and trees in its path, without hesitation or struggle. Notice how when it picks up debris, such as leaves and branches, the water's flow simply washes them downstream. Dip a toe into the river and feel that the water is warm and inviting. Imagine yourself safely floating down the river, joining its slow currents to carve a path through the landscape of your life. Let the currents soften your body and feel your ability to flow around obstacles placed in your path. Float downstream and feel tension dissolve from your body and worries wash away from your mind. Soon you arrive at a beautiful lagoon where the flow of the water stops, allowing you to easily climb out of the river and lie on the bank of the river to dry off in the sun. Return to your body and the room. Continue to feel the soft reminder of currents of energy and breath flowing within you. Just gently release your arms to the sides of the body. Bend your knees and roll over onto your right side, and then just sit yourself up. And again, just sit in cross legs and observe how the shoulders feel open and your energy feels open. And then take your bolster for our supported bridge pose. Just come down onto your back, lift the seat bones, slide your bolster underneath the small of your back. Come onto the tops of your shoulders, and again just rest your arms over your head. Keep your knees bent, and then just rest again into the pose. So a gentle inversion. Bringing gentle energy to the body and to the mind. Maintaining softness of your breath. Just listening to the sound of the breath as it enters and as it exits. If you want to boost the inversion, you can bend your knees and then just stretch your legs up for Viparita Karani. Stretching your legs up to the ceiling, trying to stay on the tops of the shoulders. Maintaining the softness of the breath. So remember, this should be minimum effort. So if it becomes too much to keep the legs up in the air, then just bring them down to the floor. Okay, gently bring your knees down, bend your knees, bring your feet down onto the block, onto the floor. Just resting in this supported bridge. And then just lift the seat bones, move the bolster from underneath your back, and slide the bolster underneath your knees, the backs of your knees. Put yourself your blanket for your head, and then just allow yourself just to release into the floor one more time in our basic relaxation pose. Just completely releasing the muscles of the arms and the legs, unhooking the muscles of the arms and of the legs. Just allowing the body to release into the floor. When you're ready to disturb yourself, just gently wriggle your toes, wriggle your fingers. Just bend your knees, bring your feet onto the bolster, have the knees together, the feet apart. And then draw your knees in towards your chest. Just have a little rock from side to side, from top to bottom, just a gentle massage on the spine. Just bringing the body back into the physical pose. And then gently roll over onto your right side. Straighten out the top leg, come back up into a seated position. Just a final cross legs. With your hands in the Namaste, just a final spinal lift. Draw your breath in through your nose, down into the abdomen. Conscious of the energy that you have released through your gentle practice. And then draw your chin down to meet your chest. Spend a moment to seek, to acknowledge the positive energy you've created inside. And then send some of that positive energy out into the world. And by sharing our positive energy comes back to us. Gently release the backs of your hands down toward your knees, palms facing upwards. As you raise your head, allow your eyes to softly open and the focus to softly come back. Thank you very much. Thank you. So hopefully you feel as though you have just really gently released good positive energy, and you've just given yourself some good energy to enjoy the rest of your evening. So thank you very much.